Hello students, I welcome you all on the YouTube channel of ANALYST IAS. Our today's topic for topic decodified discussion is the NISAR, which is NASA-ISRO mission. We will see why in news, what is the mission, what are the specialties of this satellite which would be launched. I have given you the satellite in this image. This would be the kind of satellite which would be launched. Then what is the contribution of NASA in this satellite? What is the contribution of ISRO in this satellite? What is L band, what is S band, as it contains both the bands. It is the first satellite which will contain dual bands. Then what are the objectives of the mission, and it is also one of the most expensive satellites ever. Now why in news? NISAR, NASA-ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar, this is the full form, is being jointly developed by NASA and ISRO. Recently, NASA announced that the satellite will be shipped to India soon. The launch is scheduled for 2024. What is the mission? NISAR is an Earth observation satellite that stands for NASA-ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar. It is jointly developed by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration and the Indian Space Research Organization under a partnership agreement which was signed in 2014. It will scan the globe every 12 days over the course of its 3-year mission of imaging the Earth's lands, ice sheets and sea ice to give an unprecedented view of the planet. It is expected to launch in January of 2024 from Satish Dhawan Space Center, which is in the region of Andhra Pradesh, into the near polar orbit. The satellite will operate for a minimum of 3 years. It is a low Earth orbit observatory. NISAR will map the entire globe in every 12 days. Specialties of the satellite. It is a 2800 kilograms satellite consisting of both L band and S band. We will see what are these band. Synthetic aperture radar, and it have also a size of a SUV, which makes it a dual frequency imaging radar satellite. It has a 39-foot stationary antenna reflector made of gold-plated wire mesh. The reflector will be used to focus the radar signals emitted and received by the upward-facing feed on the instrument structure. NASA requires the L-band radar for its global science operations for at least 3 years. Meanwhile, ISRO will utilize the S-band radar for a minimum of 5 years. By using SAR, NISAR will produce high resolution images. SAR is capable of penetrating clouds and can collect data day and night regardless of the weather conditions on the Earth. Now, what is the contribution of NASA towards this satellite? So here you can see NASA has provided the L-band radar because it will use it for 3 years. The GPS, high capacity solid state recorder to store data, a payload data subsystem. We will further see it in detail. So there is the L-band as electronic, then we have the GPS, high data rate telecom is also there, and high capacity solid state recorder is also there. What are the contribution of the ISROs? So ISRO has provided the S-band radar. This is the S-band radar. The geosynchronous satellite launch vehicle will be India's in Andhra Pradesh. Then we have the spacecraft. This is the spacecraft I3K. Now here is another distinction. You can see what is NASA is providing and what ISRO is providing. So NASA is providing you the GPS, this which is highlighted in black, 12 mm radar antenna reflector, radar antenna boom. Then you have L-band SAR feed aperture. Then you have these transmit digital electronic of L-band. Radar instrument structure is also of NASA. What is provided by the ISRO? Star trackers are provided by ISRO. Solar arrays are provided by the ISRO. Then ISRO I3K spacecraft bus S synthetic aperture is basically provided by ISRO. Then you have the S-band again. So these are the things which are provided by NASA and ISRO. Try to remember that as it can be asked in prelims distinctly. Now what is L-band? The radio frequency range between 1 and 2 GHz is known as the L-band according to the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Gigahertz can be denoted by the sign This is at the lower end of microwave spectrum and the upper end of the ultra high frequency band. Then what is this band? The microwave band, which spans frequencies between 2 and 4 gigahertz, is known as the S band. Both are microwave band by the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineering. As a result, 3.0 gigahertz, it crosses the typical dividing line between the UHF and SHF band. Now, weather radar, surface ship radar, airport surveillance radar, for air traffic control, these are the uses of S band, and some communication satellites, particularly those used by NASA to connect with the space shuttle and the International Space Station, all use the S band. What are the objectives of the mission? NISAR will observe subtle changes in the Earth's surface, helping researchers better understand the causes and consequences of such phenomena. It will spot warning signs of natural disasters such as volcanic eruptions, earthquakes and landslides. The slide will also measure groundwater levels, track flow rates of glaciers and ice sheets, and monitor the planet's forest and agricultural regions, which can improve our understanding of carbon exchange. ISRO will use NISAR for a variety of purposes, including agricultural mapping and monitoring of glaciers in the Himalayas, landslide prone areas, and changes in the coastline. By using synthetic aperture radar, NISAR will produce high resolution images. Synthetic aperture radar is capable of penetrating clouds and can collect data day and night regardless of weather conditions. I have already told you this. Now we will come to our today's prelims practice question. This question came in the year 2016. The Mangalyaan launched by the ISRO is also called the Mars Orbiter mission. Second, India is the second country to have a spacecraft orbit the Mars after the USA. India is only country to be successful in making its spacecraft orbit the Mars in the very first attempt. Try to answer it in the comment section given below. I'll let you know the answer later. Now, mains practice question. What is India's plan to have its own space station and how will it benefit our space program? This question came in the year 2019. This was all about the today's topic. Stay tuned. If you are new to the channel, subscribe so you can get our notifications daily. These videos would be very helpful in covering your current affairs and diverse topics as well. We'll meet in the next one.